Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Atlas 3552 MBKB. This is a mid-bunk unit. The thing I love about mid-bunks is this right here. You still get the big rear living area, which I personally enjoy. Kids have their place to sleep, and you're not losing on the back half of your camper, which is generally the best part. As you can see, this floor plan has dual opposing slides, really opening up this living area and giving you this big, beautiful island. If we take a look on the camp side, you will see the dinette here right next to your theater seats. Dinette's nice and comfy, the tabletop drops down, and you have drawers for easy access storage underneath that dinette. That way you don't have to get down on your hands and knees to reach down underneath there. You'll also see in lieu of storage, they went with larger windows, which really helps let in a lot of natural light. LED lights on the top of the slides, of course. And as I mentioned, we have theater seats. And just like in most rear living floor plans today, it is directly across from the TV, right where you want it. Nice big center armrest here. You open that up, you see you have decent storage, some cup holders in the center as well as in the sides, and of course both of these recline. You also see windows on the side of the slides. Those do open, so that way you can have cross ventilation coming through that slide in the event you don't want to run the AC. In the very back is a trifold sofa. It's a love seat, just a little two-seater. No big deal though, it's still enough to sleep two adults if they want to snuggle up. Otherwise, it's great for a single person. On both sides, you have end tables, cubby holes, electrical outlets, USB ports, so you can plug in all sorts of electronics. Storage going across the top. You also have kind of like a smoked glass on there, almost a tinted glass, so it kind of hides what's back there. Bank of LED lights all the way across as well as underneath. You have plenty of LED lights in here, so even though it is a little bit darker wood, it is still nice and bright. As I mentioned, entertainment center, 50-inch TV front and center there, Jensen Electronics, which I know, a lot of people familiar with the car audio may not love Jensen, but when it comes to RV electronics, they do have a line built specifically for RVs, and they do hold up to weather as well as vibrations better than a lot of the TVs you just buy out of like a big box store. You will see right up top some additional storage there. Right down underneath, multimedia center. Again, that is a Jensen unit. You have speakers on both sides. And then in the very bottom is your Furion 40-inch fireplace. So nice big fireplace, looks great. Plus it's a space heater helping to take the chill off in this main space. Then as I mentioned earlier, you have the beautiful kitchen island. You can see how big it is. You have solid surface countertops in here, true solid surface, which I love. Gives it that residential look. It also allows for an undermount sink. And this sink is an apron front, so big stainless steel apron front sink. In place of normal covers, they give you this right here, which is a drying rack. And it is pretty handy. You can see, of course, you can use it as a drying rack. You can use it on half of it if you want. You can use it for prep space. Just be a little careful with prep space because the lip on the back side isn't huge. And, if you move it too much, because there isn't a stop up front, it's a little bit easier to pull it forward and then it will fall down. However, as a drying rack, it generally does work pretty well. Again, just make sure that, you push that all the way up to the front. High-rise faucet here that is pull-out, which is wonderful. Just makes washing and rinsing dishes much easier. And then in the front, great storage here as well. You have, if I can pull it out, brand new drawers. There we go. Wow, that one was tough. You have the drawers on both sides for storage. Double trash can here. Two is better than one, right? Honestly, though, I love the fact they give you a dedicated spot for it. So rather than having to, fish around trying to find a place, you have it. And if you have camped, if you've been a camper, you know that the smaller trash cans like that fill up super quickly. So a lot of people make fun of me for saying, I love having two trash cans, but it's true, I do. Underneath the sink, good storage there as well. And then you have more drawers here over to the side. There's also two electrical outlets in the front, so if you need to plug anything in, there's space to do it. Plus it's lit underneath, kind of gives it a pretty cool look there. You have the double door fridge freezer, 12 cubic foot stainless steel panels on there as you'd expect. That runs off both propane and electric with automatic switchover. The big microwave right up top here. Recessed cooktop, again, solid surface countertops in the kitchen area. You have the decorative kind of gray, almost subway tile looking backsplash, electrical outlet over to the side. Cooktop is recessed, folded up in so, or just like so to access the burners. This is the upgraded Furion cooktop. So you see you have the upgraded grates here. The whole thing is stainless steel on the front rather than having black. The knobs still light up, and it has the bigger oven. That's a pretty big deal if you're one that likes to do baking. You know, if you're sick of having a tiny oven, this one again is larger. Storage over to the side as well as the drawer there underneath. You will also see over to the side you have a little bit of additional pantry space. You know, not super deep, but still more than enough for a lot of your canned goods, Pop-Tarts, graham crackers, marshmallows, whatever else you want to toss in there. And as I said when we started this video, this is a mid-bunk, so let's check it out. When we come in here, you have the trifold sofa. Again, kind of the love seat. This one also folds out. This one will, as I mentioned, sleep two adults here if they're okay snuggling a little bit. Straight across is where the TV is located, so, you know, if you're bringing your mother-in-law along for you or with you and you need a space for her, this is a perfect room, right? She can sit here, watch TV, she's content. You'll see storage over to the side. Open that up so you can take a look. Personally, I would have liked if they would have put like a some kind of rod in there, you know, just something so you can hang some clothes up. You know, I struggle a little bit to find enough storage space in here, especially if someone's going to be staying in here for an extended period of time. But having, again, anything is better than nothing. I just personally like to hang clothes, but as long as you fold them, you got plenty of space. Making our way up the steps, control panel centered here. The control for your max air fan, there is one in the kitchen. It has a rain sensor on it too, but it is powered, obviously, because it's too high to reach, so very easy to operate. Your thermostat being located directly underneath that main control panel. Now, as with a lot of mid-bunk units, this one also has a loft. You can see that loft right up top, providing great, excellent sleeping space. So, you know, if you have a couple kids, you want to sleep some down in the bunk room, you want to sleep some up here, you can do that. If you want some to sleep on the couch in the main living area, you can do that as well. Big window here letting in a lot of natural light. And then as we make our way into the bathroom, we're going to play a little game here. It's a little bit tough, so you can kind of only enter from one direction. There we go. So as we step into the bathroom, though, one of the things I really like is this. I love that more manufacturers are trying to do this, which is you have the double vanity. Now, this one is a little bit tighter just because you have the toilet here. So, you know, my wife would tell me this is probably my side, but again, I just like having the double vanity so two people can get ready at the same time. Mirrored medicine cabinet in the center, electrical outlet, storage underneath, drawers in the center. Over to the side here, you have a little bit of space for your towels. You know, as long as you roll them up, that's probably all you really need. And then the shower is here too. Now, you will see it is a pretty big shower. A lot of times, you know, you get like a neo-angle unit, it's a little bit smaller. With this, I can fully turn, no problem. I'm 6 foot tall. I have more than enough space, especially with the skylight. There's a seat if you want to sit down or if you need to shave your legs. You know, the seat comes in handy. You kind of have almost like a, I don't know, brick looking backsplash here. That's better than just plain white, right? And then a little bit upgraded hand wand here as well. Again, rather than plain white, they went with like a chrome one. Just looks a little bit nicer, a little bit higher end. So we make our way back out. You will see here for the foot flush lever toilet, porcelain bowl, super easy to clean. I have more than enough leg room for shoulder space. Let's shut this door here. So if I shut the door, I am hitting a little bit right here on the handle, but honestly, folks, it's more than enough space, no problem whatsoever. And then if we head into the bedroom, this is kind of cool what they did with the door, kind of have like some glass inlays there. Just looks a little bit nicer. So make our way into the bedroom itself. Queen bed is in a slide out to give you this walk around space. Electrical outlet down underneath there, so if you need to plug anything in. There's also a USB port in the top of the slide. Really no place to set your phone, except for maybe up on top of the valance or something. But it is there if you need to sit in bed and, you know, plug in an e-reader or something. Storage underneath, you can see plenty of room there. Strut supported, so it's easy to get in there. And in the very front is the wardrobe. You have the barn-style doors with a mirror, shelf up top, hanging rod down below. There is a light in there so you can see what's going on. Over to the side, big mirrored doors, and as you would expect, washer and dryer prep. So if you want washer and dryer, you are able to have them in this unit. Up on the ceiling, it's worth noting that this one is prepped for a second AC. So if you want a second one in here, which a camper this size, I probably would, especially if you plan on camping anywhere hot, but it is prepped for that. And then here at the foot of the bed, you will see your window there, of course, for natural light. And then I like this too, the fact that they actually framed out a spot for your TV. It just kind of helps give it that complete look. You have the crown molding on there as well. Then underneath is a drawer for some additional clothes. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2020 Atlas 3552 MBKB. Right up front, of course, is your front cap. You have some LED lights inlaid in there as well. Directly underneath is the RotoFlex head, which pivots to help control some of the bucking and chucking when starting and stopping your tow vehicle. Underneath, you know, this is one of those things that's really simple and I wish more manufacturers would do. Instead of having to fight and try to clip this up, they put magnets there. It is so much easier. When you take a look at the front compartment, you will see it's nice and open. They did a good job with cable management. Everything's over to the sides, battery box. Don't worry about that, that's just mine, but you have, as I mentioned, plenty of space in there. Directly underneath, auto level. You want to talk about making it simple to set up camp, get to your campsite, push a button, the RV does everything else for you. You'll see right here, solar prep, so if you want solar, simply buy portable panels, plug it in right there. Those those portable units will have a controller built in, and you're good to go. It's already pre-wired and it will trickle charge your battery. Over to the side are one of two 30-pound propane tanks, so you have plenty of propane for those longer camping excursions. And if we look at the garage storage, covered hinge of course, slam latch baggage doors, and again, this is also magnetic, folds all the way up and out of the way, so that way you're not going to hit your head on it. It's not impeding into your campsite. Plenty of open space. Again, they did a good job with the plumbing. You'll see they ran the plumbing up top. You don't have anything vertical going up and down, taking up your storage space. You get full access to that. And there's an LED light strip running the whole length in there across the middle, so that way you can see what is in there. You have not one, but two power awnings on this camper as well. So that way, basically this entire side is all good usable camp space. LED lights under both of them, so you can light it up at night. Couple outside speakers if you want to listen to music. And the entry has your upgraded steps. Nice big steps with the larger foldable grab handle, so you have some extra control when heading in there. If you haven't seen the More Ride Step Above steps before, they're fantastic. As you can see, you know, I can basically run up and down these things and they don't really flex. They also have aluminum treads on there, so they're not going to rust. A little bit of grip tape there too for some added traction. If we take a look at the back, one of the things I want to show you is right down here, this one does have a receiver on there. Now, it's only rated for 300 pounds, so it's not like you can hook up another travel trailer or anything like that to it. But it is good for basically a bike rack or some larger items. That way you can slide it right in there, throw 4 bikes on the back, you're good to go. You also see the rear mounted ladder, so you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof, and backup camera prep in case you want a backup camera, which with a rig this size may not be a bad idea. Right over here to the side, as I mentioned, this one does have the second AC prep plus a fireplace, so 50 amp service is standard. You'll see the fresh water inlet right there. If you're going somewhere you don't have city water, you want to make sure to fill the fresh water tank. So we take our way, make our way up a little bit further here, show you a couple things underneath this slide. So if you look, this one has a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly. So if you plan on camping in some colder temps, this is a good camper for it. And you can see that. One of the big things you'll notice, of course, you'll see the insulation coming out, but also the valve right here. You'll see it is mechanically driven up into the underbelly, so that way the valve itself is protected. That's a pretty big deal if you plan on camping in some colder climates. And then right up here, open this guy up. On the off-door side, as you can see, so that's one of your 2 gray tanks. Right here's your other gray tank, plus your black tank dump, city water inlet, black tank flush, outside water access. Just have a little spray port there. Makes it nice and easy to winterize with your water heater bypass, plus a light if you got to see in there at night. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2020 Atlas 3552 MBKB. If you're interested in this wonderful mid-bunk fifth wheel and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.